Mhm. Whew. Hi Fabian, hi Safari Naderi. I do, I have a strange body, don't I? Don't exhaust me. Linda, Fabian, Luis from Uruguay, good evening. From Nigeria, Luis from Italy. Oh, um, Tony from Brazil, Germany in the house. I'm from Jupiter, Bra, Joseph. Do I do witchcraft? Why would I do witchcraft? Jeez. Okay. Some of the things some of you guys ask is ridiculous. Fernando, your channel has changed my life. Love to hear that. Wow. This channel changes lives. Thank God you are normal. I thank God I'm normal. Okay, I really do thank God I'm normal. Who is saying what here? Siwezi kosa kujivumilia, siwezi toka kujivumilia, mimi nije nikuvumilie wewe. Siwezi toka kujivumilia, mimi nije nikuvumilie wewe. Dwayne in the house. I see Dwayne. Nice to see you, Dwayne. Who else is familiar? Fabian is familiar. Who else? You love me. You love me. You love me. You don't even know me. Siwezi kosa kujivumilia, mimi nije nikuvumilie wewe. I'm pretty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you double tap, like, subscribe. Double tap, like, and subscribe to this channel. Today we are asking you, have you ever had to walk away from something? Have you ever had to walk away from something to preserve your peace of mind? Right? Have you ever had to walk away from something to preserve your peace of mind? Honduras in the house. I am really easy on the eyes. Good to know. Mischievous smile. Today I discovered the 8th wonder. Fabio, you're beautiful. Dwayne, you see all this happening. Today we are asking, have you ever had to walk away from something in your life to preserve your peace of mind, whether it's a job, a relationship, and you're like, okay, for my peace of mind, let me, yeah, well, Dwayne, you can answer, because a lot of these people here are not even paying attention to the mental health topic that we are talking about. Have you ever, let me make some hot chocolate while we are here, because you know. I got like dishes here that haven't been washed in a moment, okay? I've been trying to set up my domain so that I can send you my classes. I can send you guys a link and you can sign up for the post-traumatic bliss coaching. But you know, I'm not a very techie person, so I've been having problems with that. I'm pretty. God made me that way. I am pretty. God made me pretty. He had to give me something. He had to give me something. Okay. I do like Argentina, the home of Evita Perez. Beautiful Buenos Aires. Siwezi kosa kujivumilia mimi, nije nikuvumilie wewe. Tafuta pesa, mwanamke ajilete mwenyewe. So I normally don't drink water from the tap. I buy water and I put them in these jars. These are not plastic because you don't want plastic because of the microplastics. Tafuta pesa, mwanamke ajilete mwenyewe. Yeah, I do want to come to Buenos Aires one day. Maybe I'll meet you, Mario. Mareles, right? Buenos Aires. Don't laugh at my don't laugh at my kitchen, okay? It's a bit messy, so let's try to hide the mess from the public before you guys judge me, okay? I'm not wearing makeup today. I'm natural, all the way natural, because you can see I started breaking out, and I was like, I need to stop makeup because I cannot break out anymore, okay? I cannot afford breaking out anymore. Eddie in the house. Nice to see you again, Eddie. Today we are talking about some very important questions in life, because it's one thing to say you love yourself and you choose yourself above all things. Have you ever had to walk away from something and you chose to walk away from it because you wanted to preserve your mental health, right? Maybe you got burned out and you had to walk away from a job. Maybe it was a relationship that was draining you and you are like, okay, I'm done with this shit. Like, have you ever? Thank you, Dwayne. I still look good. No makeup. Thank you. Have you ever had to walk away from something that wasn't serving you? I am very young. I don't talk about my age, because if I talk about my age and if I tell you about my age, I'd have to kill you, and I don't want to have to do that, so we don't talk about my age. And usually I feed into abusive things until they hurt. How smart of you, Andy. Yeah, today I decided to walk away from this, from the ill dialogue. What was happening, Alex? What was happening that you had to walk away? Sometimes you gotta choose yourself. You don't wanna keep around toxic energy. Who wants to be in toxic energy when you can be happy? Geography recovery from traumatic experience. Van, what happened? Did you have to change locations to recover? Do you want to come to Buenos Aires? Maybe, yeah, of course. Oh, I love your accent from, yes. Boy, yeah, you keep stepping into the fire, Eddie. You're gonna get burnt one day. You wanna live long, start making better choices and be consistent. Good life is a little bit boring, but it's fine. All the above, I walked away from about 60 to 70% of everything I know last year. Oh wow, Dwayne, that is a huge change. 60 to 70% of everything you know. Congratulations. Welcome to the new peaceful life. That's what I'm talking about. Right? Um, Jason, hello. Welcome to our channel. If I marry you, maybe I would make me good choices. You're not going to marry me. Um, but I might be one of your worst decisions. Oh, you never know. I can happen to be wicked. Oh my God, I hurt my manicurist hurt my nails the other day. No, Mario, I do not want to be your girlfriend. I've had more than 200 marriage proposals on this site. I tell you, more than 200. And still, I have no ring on my fingers. No, I don't think there are so many people where I live. And I never come out of the house. I always stay in the house. I only come out to go to work or to go to the store, and then I come back to the house. It looks like Jamaica where I live. I look like I live in Jamaica. Then I live in Jamaica. You think I live in Jamaica? Then Jamaica it is. I'm not sending you money, Eddie, okay? Okay? Do I look like I want to send you money? I'm not sending you money. You send me money. Don't ask me to send you money. Buy my classes at post-traumatic bliss. You know, I always believe in exchanging money for something productive. Buy my class. At post-traumatic bliss. That way you get something out of your money. And Eddie, if you buy my class, I promise you, you will stop dipping your hands in fire, okay? That's the benefit. You will stop dipping your hands in fire. Yep. So I try to come live every day for you guys so we can talk about mental health where you are. Dwayne says, you know, he had to live like 60 to 90 to 70% of his life last year so that he can get some peace. And this is how transformation sometimes is like. Sometimes when you have to change your life, transformation comes and knocks in your door and pushes you into change that you had not anticipated. Yeah? Mario, you can get love in Argentina. You can get love where you want. Okay? Last time we talked about people who want to fall in love. All you have to understand is love is about you giving love to other people. And when you're giving, you give and it will come back to you. A good measure, pressed down, if you know how you press things down and they still keep piling up until they run over, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. That is giving and it will come back to you. I've had to walk away from 3 people I've known all my life because they didn't have my back like I've had theirs, and they didn't support me like I support them. In Kenya we say when the stupid person wakes up, the clever person is in trouble, right? Like when you wake up, the people taking advantage of you, they think they are clever, they are in trouble. Okay. And again, like that book reminds me, you're reminding me of that book I read, Codependent No More by Melody Beattie, where she was being taken advantage of by her husband until she divorced him because he would lose his job, go back to drinking. She would support him, try to help him find another job. And then once she thought everything was happening, he would lose the job again and start drinking, and it would start over and over and over, right? And she had to, make the hard call and get a divorce. Right now, I'm single. Life is going to be this way for a long time. I have no prospects of a boyfriend. I don't think I'm going to ever get married or have children. So I'm basically pretty much living the rest of my life right now. This is it. Okay. A bad matter says, I don't give love, I share love. That's another good philosophy. I haven't even thought about it that way, Abed, right? Love is shared, definitely. The same way, like Dwayne is saying, he was giving, and it wasn't being reciprocated. So there wasn't sharing in it, and he had to walk away. So yes, I like that perspective, Abed. Actually, that's a good perspective. I will adopt that perspective. Don't give love. Love is shared. If you're giving, and there's not sharing, I think it's time to walk away. Hello, Revamp. Hello, Mario. Mario wants to know if I have a boyfriend. I always think that it's easier for women to give up on love than men. Like, it's just easy for me to be like, I'm okay not being in a relationship for the rest of my life. And I'm not saying this to make anybody mad or whatever, but I'm okay. Like, I have a lot of peace when I am by myself, right? It is peaceful, it is quiet, no drama, nothing, right? I like it that way. And I sometimes think men have a harder time finding that peace by themselves, but it's easy for a woman. It's just very easy. Harley Scott, hi, how are you? Where are you from? Nice to see you on this channel. Guys, make sure you're double tapping to like this channel. We talk about post-traumatic stress. We talk about mental health. Okay? We know here on this channel that stress is the #1 killer, that it is trauma and stress, that and burnout is a form of stress, right? Those are the #1 killers on the planet. So we need laughter, we need happiness, we need peace. Because life begins when you can find safety and calm. I think that two people that feel the same way can't make it. I find myself getting along with people that prefer to be by themselves. I think people who prefer to be by themselves, they've made peace with a lot of things inside of them. And they realize that being by themselves is much more peaceful. Uh, oh, okay, now that makes sense. I think people that feel the same way can make it. I find I, I find myself getting along with people who prefer to be by themselves. Yeah, I think people who live by themselves, they have processed a lot of, okay, not all of them, right? But people who are able to live by themselves, like without having to constantly look for attention from other people or fulfillment from other people, I think there's a lot of growth that comes from there. Abed says, yeah, thank you, Abed. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the nice prayers. I never encourage anybody to live by themselves, because for me, the way I live by myself is I have to keep busy. Like I keep busy, I have goals, I have a schedule. I do, like, I'm always like on the clock, on the run, right? I would love to start my channel like today. I wanted it to start like at 7:30, but by the time I came running from a 2-hour run, take a shower, start working on some things and responding to emails, it's already 8:30, right? I was hoping, just that 1 hour moves very fast. And I was still not able to do some things that I wanted to do because, like, it's troubleshooting and I wasn't able to figure it out today. So I'll try to figure it out tomorrow. And it goes and goes and goes. But if, like, if you're going to be by yourself, you better have hobbies, you better have things like to keep your mind busy and growing, whether you're working on a business, you're working on your projects. It's just like, you just gotta also be mindful that, that you're busy and that you know, you're still building your life, whether it's your business, whether it's something. It'll be nice to have somebody, for me, to have somebody who wants to build a business together with me, wants to build a life together with me, somebody who is serious doing like those demanding things, right? But I am not interested in in just living a life where I'm not building anything. Like I just go home, I cook, I clean, I sleep, and I'm not building anything. Like I get to come here and work on this channel, and then I get to go and work on, looking for clients, people who want coaching from me. Like I get to do those things, and those things make me happy because they make me feel like I'm working on something. Dwayne said, I've had two really long relationships, and I'm really okay with being alone. That's a good sign of maturity. Like having been in a long relationship. I hope you are happy most of the times in those long relationships, because they can also be long toxic relationships, and that's also not a good thing. But I hope you are happy most of that time in those long relationships, because ideally for me, I would have loved to have a partner for life, because I don't want to have to work so hard in relationship, but I also don't want to be with a partner that's complacent. Like, hey, now we are getting comfortable. We are not worrying about eating healthy. We are not worried about like working out, exercise anymore. Like, I don't want somebody who who doesn't care anymore, like about life. Doing is going to start a single home. I'm remodeling his home. Um, Non-profit organization, what kind of helping mothers and single mothers and fathers. Single parents really need help. Oh my goodness. I, why you parent? Is that why you want to help single parents? Hello, Cyril. You have a name like my nephew, Cyril. Uh, Dejan, Dejani, Dejani. Hello, where are you from, Dejani? Yeah, today I'm using my Wicked mug, right? Wicked, wicked. Abed, what do you mean if you share yourself? What do you mean? I like that. When you say sharing yourself, expound on that. For people here, we have people here on this channel looking to find love, and, love is sharing, sharing love. So sharing yourself, what are the tenets there? Like, break it down. Oh, your mom struggled as a single parent, raising 4 children by herself. Oof. Yeah. You know, um, I come from a big family of 8 siblings, and then my dad died, and then 4 years later, my mom died. Woof. But those 4 years when my mom was single, raising 4 kids, raising 8 kids, almost 10 kids, because my dad had 2 previous kids before his other wife died. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, that was a hard life. That was a hard life. You see me at my age, I decided I don't want to have kids. I am okay not having children. Hey, hey. I don't want that. I don't, there are things that I just cannot go through again. As a child and as an adult, man, I learned from those lessons. I'm going to buy and fix cars and make them very affordable for single parents. They need transportation. You help whoever you can, okay? You do you do good in the world, Dwayne. Uh, no, I wanted you to expound. Let like expand on your idea. Abed, expand on your idea. What do you mean you share yourself? What do you, how? Tell us. We just want to know. Be the teacher, right? Be the teacher. I in green. I don't speak Arabic. I can read Arabic. You had better go to Google and translate it into English before you post it here so that I can understand you. Otherwise, I'm not gonna understand you. Man, man, that gets your undivided attention. And loving is definitely and will be lucky as man. Right. So, so okay. So today we're talking about, I know sometimes we always end up talking about love. I guess love is a big thing and it is the greatest, right? Like if you're talking about mental health, a lot of people don't understand that when we are struggling to find love is because our parents were not able to love us appropriately, and so they did not teach our emotions to be intelligent when it comes to the issues of love. And that is why we struggle. For me, I don't want that struggle love. I don't want it. Siwezi toka kujivumilia mimi nije nikuvumilie wewe. Hey, hey. That song is a Kiswahili song. It's this girl saying, I can't come from healing myself and improving myself, and then I come do the same thing for you. You better be on the same level, because I cannot just finish healing and helping myself in my life and then just go to meet somebody who is not at that level. So it is real about meeting people who are at the same level as you, people who want to improve life. If I told you my age, I'd have to kill you, Mena Brasil, but because I don't want to kill you, so we're not gonna talk about my age, okay? Okay, there are numbers you don't ask a woman about unless you want to be dead, okay? So we stop at there. I feel like if I tell you that I'm not gonna answer my age, then you stop asking about my other numbers, my number, whichever number, you stop asking about my numbers altogether, okay? Leave my numbers alone. My age, my phone number, how much money I got in the bank account, how old I am, how many kids I would probably want to have. I don't want to, hey, Leave me and my numbers alone. Ooh-wee. I just say to myself, you're too mature to be under 32. Um, I'm just inquiring, but definitely not even serious to me. Yeah, work on your mental health issues, shorty. Okay. Hey, I'm always working on that. I'm working on that so much that I set up this channel called Post Traumatic Bliss. Okay. That is how goddamn serious I am. Do you know how many people actually are so serious about their mental health? They start a whole channel about mental health. Very few. I'm one of those. I'm one of those badass people. I am okay, I love me, let me own me, I love me, I have me. That's why I share my me. Amen. 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 I am me, I own me, I love me, I have me. That's why I share my me. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I like the rhyme. I like the rhyme. Uh, Jonathan. Jonathan loves our style here at Post Traumatic Bliss. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for showing up. Uh, my hair, right, right. Who is this? Pandra, a gopher. I've never seen you here on my channel. Maybe you come in here and you never say anything. That's why it's good to always say something when you come here. Fabia, nice to see you. Uh, the thing today we are talking about is letting go. Thanks for the love, the sweethearts. Today we are talking about letting go. Have you ever had to walk away from something? Maybe you had a hard time, like telling yourself like, okay, I need to walk away from this. But then you realize, oh shit, I don't have no choice. If I want to move to the next level, if I want more peace in my life, if I want to feel secure and safe, I just gotta end this relationship. I just gotta walk away. I gotta move from this place. And sometimes we are the problem. Somebody said, wherever you go, there you are. Sometimes you are the problem, but sometimes you're not. And it's good to be clear when you are the problem and when it's other people causing you pain. And I here at Post-Traumatic Bliss Coaching, I try to help you understand the difference. Is it coming from you? Is it something you need to learn? Is it like, are you struggling with anxiety, depression? And like those things, they kind of follow you. Even if I moved to another city and I had anxiety, I still have anxiety, right? Or if I was struggling from depression, I'd still do that. Or if I was struggling from loneliness, then I still have that. Those are the things where you gotta change who you, like, work hard on rewiring your mind. But if you're in an environment where people are screaming, shouting, criticizing you, demeaning you, making you feel less, walking away from those situations is good. Or people who are crossing your boundaries. Ask for clarification. Oh, you wanna ask, explain anxiety? Anxiety, if you think about fear, fear is something you know. Um, let's say you fear snakes, or you fear the darkness, or you fear a lion, right? Fear is something you know. Anxiety is something you don't know, right? You're fearing the unknown. Maybe you're afraid of the future. You're not sure about the future. You have anxiety about the future. Anxiety is fear of the unknown, like something you don't know. And sometimes you don't know why you are anxious. Sometimes you're anxious because you're not loved. You don't feel love and you don't feel safe, right? Um, and then you get anxious and you don't feel safe, right? You don't feel calm and you don't feel safe, and you're afraid of the future because you don't know whether you're going to survive it or not. That is anxiety, right? Um, is the fear of the unknown, and you're afraid of the future. That it's not gonna turn out the way that you want it to turn out. Anxiety can come from a lack of faith in God, that God is going to take care of you, that He is with you, He's going to lead you into green pastures, He is going to lead you into a beautiful life, right? Sometimes anxiety comes from that. You can have an antidote for anxiety, like taking care of yourself. You know, I can see you by ears depending on your logic, and I can see your beauty from my ears. Abed Matar, thank you so much for sharing that. Mhm. Yeah, so that is, I think, OG to ENV. I hope I explained anxiety for you. Sometimes you will feel anxiety here, like in the pits of your stomach, right? You will feel anxiety here in the pits of your stomach. I used to work with a little girl. Her name was Anderson. And her parents were divorced. And I can tell you, for those like 3 months I was working with her, I never saw her mother and I never saw her dad. Okay, because I'd get there around 6 p.m. and I'd leave there around 8 p.m. and I never saw any one of her parents. So it means that the parents usually came very, like they were divorced. So she was living with her mom. I heard her talk to her dad once on the phone. For 3 months I was there, and the phone call was like a 15-minute. It wasn't a 15-minute, it was like a 3-minute, 5-minute conversation. But this girl, because she didn't see her parents in the morning at school, she didn't have somebody to talk to. She always was complaining about her stomach, like something's wrong with her stomach. But I knew it was anxiety. Like the parents were not there, they were not spending time with her. If she had problems at school, if she was bullied, if something happened, she didn't have anybody to talk to. So it manifested as anxiety, and she was saying she has stomach problems. And kids, when they tell you they have stomach problems, sometimes they're telling you they have anxiety because they don't know how else to explain anxiety. And it's good to know these things, especially when you have children. Natural beauty. Oh, thank you. God did a good job. Mm? Mm? Uh, Hi, Joseph, Jonathan, nice to see you again. Fabian, nice to see you. And then, yeah, south side, and north. Buana Haguziki, can you actually play the guitar in the background, or is that just for the show? I can play the guitar. I'm practicing though, so I'm not gonna play. So yes, so prioritizing peace, this is what I always advocate. If you want to heal from trauma, if you want to heal from anxiety, I always say you have to prioritize your peace of mind. Sometimes it means walking away from those places that bring you anxiety, um, those places that traumatize you, those relationships that drain you, right? Um, there's no point of being with toxic people who deplete your energy. There's no point, right? Who deplete your energy and your resources. Um, did you just say you can play the guitar? Yeah, I got a guitar over here. I'm practicing, okay? I'm practicing. See, I had to cut my nails because they were too long. Ta-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Siwezi kosa kujivumilia mimi nije nikuvumilie. Siwezi toka kujivumilia mimi nije nikuvumilie wewe. That song means like I can't come from helping myself, healing myself, getting myself back up, only to come and start helping somebody else get back up, right? Like it's not fair. You know the way the English they say, let the sleeping dogs lie. Like it means sometimes you don't have to wake people up. If they want to sleep on in life, just let them, okay? You let the sleeping dogs lie. And I think this is like a lesson that you have to learn in mental health. Let the sleeping dogs lie. People don't want to wake up, heal their life, help themselves up. It's not your job to do that for anybody. Let them lie and you keep on moving, okay? In Kiswahili, we also say, alalae usimwamshe, ukimwamsha utalala wewe. It means if somebody is sleeping in life, don't try to wake them up. If you try to wake them up, you're going to sleep yourself, right? So if somebody is a drug, right? And I made this mistake so many times. I just never know exactly when it hit me, like you can't keep doing this shit, right? Like sometimes you will see people like the way Eddie was saying, he likes dipping his hands in hot soup. You know, some people, they like to play with drugs, they like to play with, you know, some people just want to play with that low life, okay? You can't wake them up from that, okay? They find pleasure in those things that are like that. And if you try to stop them, you're the one who is going to fig. If you try to stop somebody, let's say somebody is an alcoholic, they're in your family, and you're trying to help them to stop being an alcoholic, I'm telling you, you're going to be so frustrated and angry, like, and you'll be like, who made you, who made you, who made you like the police to come policing people how to live their life, right? People just need to police themselves. So like, don't try to police people. If you try to wake people up, first of all, they're going to hate you. They're going to hate you. They're going to hate you because you're trying to change them. Even if they know that they need to change, right? Like you keep pointing out something, like why you keep pointing out that I'm an alcoholic, you know? Like, don't ever try. Don't try that move. They want to drink themselves to death, please let them. Um, Lucky Dube sang Let the Sleeping Dogs Lie. I didn't know this song. Who's saying, everybody wants to know whether I have a boyfriend. I don't have a boyfriend. If I have him, I'd show him out here on this channel for the likes. Because some of you like to see online couples, okay? Why would I hide somebody who would come and make my show, my channel even like, you know, why would I hide a boyfriend? It's a whole person. If they were here, somewhere I was hiding them. How would I hide them? I don't have a boyfriend. Where do you find pleasure? Why do you find pleasure in exercise? Yeah, I like working out. You can see this girl works out, right? I look like Yokozuna. Ah, I work out. I work out. Um, Sided note, you have long hair. Yeah, I find, you know, I find pleasure in doing the same, some of the times, the same things over and over and over and over. So I'm trying to get back into a very consistent schedule of working out. Oh, I read. You know, I come from Kenya, and growing up, like reading was so overemphasized in my life. I just had to, I was told, from a young age, I was told, like, if you read, you discover you have wings. And so I tried to read, like, you know, every week I'm reading something. Even after I graduated, I still read. You know, I never got to the point where I say, oh, now I have my master's, I'll never, like, I think I've read more than, after I had my master's, I read more books than I had before I got my master's. Like, I remember when I was in high school, I had this wonderful teacher. His name was Bwana Ngige, and he told us, like, when we were doing literature, Kiswahili literature, fasihi, he told us, you never stop learning. And I've never stopped, like, reading books. I met India Ari and her dad before. Oh wow, I'm Kenyan. I did a master's in business and business administration. But I think I have a PhD in in mental health, because of, I've read mental health, and I've written a class on mental health, and I just I taught myself mental health just because I couldn't stop learning. You wanna pay me to put some music to your songs? How much are you going to pay me? Happy Holly to you, Beast Unlocked 24. Emily, African women are very feminine. I love it. The ones born and raised in the US are so masculine and angry. That's not a nice thing to say. I love African American women. They're the most educated women in the world. They're very beautiful. They're very feminine. I don't see them as angry at all. I think they're very feminine too. Everybody wants to know whether I have a boyfriend. Okay, we can talk that. Write me at post. I don't know if I can actually do that for you, Dwayne. Maybe you should look for somebody else. I'm kind of like, just like try, like, because for me right now, I'm kind of swamped. I am like with a lot of things. No, there are no. Well, I'm not gonna argue with that. I like African American women myself. I think they're very beautiful. I think they're very feminine. I think they're very well educated. Um, yeah, I think they are the most beautiful women I've ever seen. They are, you know, they are very, very resilient women. They come from very long lines of very strong, resilient women, beautiful. Um, yeah, so I like it. Yeah, I love their intelligence, and they're very, very beautiful. Yeah, a true gem, you know, to be with an African American woman, especially the ones that are educated, nothing matches that. They are very loyal, very open, very honest. I don't think what could be very more feminine than somebody who is honest, loyal, um, open hearted. They're very good women, very, very beautiful, good women. Um, Abed, Abed is empathizing with me. You know, my boyfriend will come maybe one day. Maybe one day. But tell me, um, a lot of people think that you cannot be happy as a woman without a man, but spiritual traditions, they don't agree with that. Like all the spiritual traditions that I have read, they actually don't agree with that, because you know, you're born in this planet alone and you live on this planet alone. You can share your life with somebody, you can share experiences. I mean, nobody is an island, right? Nobody is an island. We all can, you know, like I love coming here and I love sharing the things that we share. But to be honest, for me, looking for a partner is not something that I am actively doing. And probably that's the reason I'm single, because I'm not putting myself out there in the dating world, like looking for a partner. If I get a partner and they come for some reason, fine. If they don't come, also fine. I have learned to be okay. Like, I'll be living my life the best way I know how. Whether I get a partner or not, I figure out, you know, I have a, you know, I don't have a long time to live. Even if I lived till 80 or 90, I still have less than probably 30,000 hours in total, because minus the hours that I'm going to be sleeping, you know, I probably have like 12,000 hours of my life left. I'm not going to be hanging up on whether I have a boyfriend or not. I am both Kikuyu and Luo. How did you even guess that? Oh my God. You're so bad at guessing what I am. A lot of people actually ask me if I'm Ethiopian. I meet Ethiopians, they ask me if I'm Ethiopian. And I look at myself and I'm like, how? But I guess there's something about me that looks Ethiopian, because let me tell you, 90% of the time people guess I'm Ethiopian. Nobody ever guesses where I'm from unless I tell them my name or they actually come from Kenya. You see it too? That's so weird. People ask me all the time, are you Ethiopian? Are you Ethiopian? Actually, I was at the airport and there was this Ethiopian man looking for an Ethiopian girl. And he's like, are you Habesha? And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, even Ethiopians are confusing me. I know. Let me tell you, I've always thought like I don't look Ethiopian, but I've met people at the gym, at the supermarket, like walking around in the airport, on social media, until I'm like, there must be people in Ethiopia that look like me. There, I'm 100% convinced that, I've never been to Ethiopia. I don't know how all Ethiopians look like, but it can be that Ethiopians think I'm Ethiopian for no good reason. Yeah, it could be like, cause it's not even Westerners who asked me. That's the thing. It's not even the Westerners who asked me whether I was Ethiopian. It was Ethiopians. Yes, it was Ethiopians who asked me if I'm Ethiopian. I'm like, okay, no, this is weird. Yeah, pretty much everyone, like half of the people who guess I'm Ethiopian are also Ethiopian. And I'm like, oh wow. Wait, I'll go to Ethiopia and I'll not say anything and I'll pretend like I just blend in and see if they'll think. I need to do a DNA test. I don't, are there any DNA tests that kind of just focus on African ancestry? Because I don't want to put my DNA here in the US, because it's mostly they look at whether you are European, you have European heritage, but or if they tell you that you have African heritage, they will not go deep into your African roots, which is for me is like, I know I'm 100% sub-Saharan Africa, but I would want to know if I have some Nilotic blood in me, if I have some Cushitic blood in me, I assume I'm 100% Bantu, but you never know. Yeah, I want to know if I have some roots in Ghana or the Ivory Coast. I want it, like, I want a DNA test that just focuses on Africa. Um, because Africa is the second largest continent. People forget how big Africa is, right? After Asia, Africa is the biggest continent. I think we can fit like 3 United States in Africa. That's how huge Africa is. Um, you think I have some Nilotic blood in me? I don't know. I need to see. If I wish I was Nilotic, but I'm not tall. If I was tall, I'd be like, okay, definitely I have some nilotic. Like nilots are like the most beautiful people of Africa. They are tall and they are dark, right? If you want tall, dark, and handsome, okay, we got it covered. You will see the nilots, right? Um, yeah, I'm 5'3". I'm pretty tall. I'm pretty short for a nilot. I'm a stoic Bantu. Okay. I'm a stoic Bantu. South side north. You're 6'1". That's tall. That's tall. Yeah. Yeah. So today we're talking about, if you're here, this is post-traumatic bliss. A lot of people talk about post-traumatic stress. But because here at post-traumatic bliss, we know that the brain is plastic. The brain is like Play-Doh. We stretch the neuroscience, right? We believe in post-traumatic healing, post-traumatic growth, post-traumatic forgiveness, post-traumatic bliss. You know, human beings, we've always overcome things. Since time began on this planet, human beings have always overcome things. And in this channel, we teach you how to overcome things, right? Sometimes you just gotta walk away. Mm, mm. Sometimes you just gotta walk away from toxic people who drain your energy, because it's not worth time. It's not worth your time. Um, I told my partner of 17 years, I don't want to do it anymore. That's what Dwayne did. Dwayne just said, right? Like 17 years is a long time if you don't want to do it anymore. Like, did you not figure it out by the seventh year? Like, or the 10th year or the 12th year? Like, you can tell me it was the 17th year that you are like, I'm so done with this. Like, what was so wrong in that relationship doing? um I am back. I had to take a call. Bruce Dent, nice to see you. I haven't seen you. Devin Joroga in the house, saying, true, walking away is sometimes hard and painful. It is hard and painful, right? We could harness your brains currently, of, then we wouldn't have to charge any device. Dwayne, was she toxic? If not, think twice. Grass always seems green. Ain't that true, Bwana Haguziki? Ain't that true, right? Unless sometimes we think grass is greener on the other side, and you jump from the cooking pot right into the fire, right? You better have good reason. I don't give up easily. That's what they're saying. One thing that's going to happen, you're going to go through things, but you can stay. She cheated. Oh, she cheated. That was it. That was the nail on the coffin right there. Well, 60% of couples, 60 to 70% of couples who, when there's infidelity in the marriage, they forgive the infidelity and they decide to work on their relationship. Bwana Haguziki, what are you saying? She cheated? Oh, okay. Why you saying that? You seem to be like, okay, she cheated, okay, okay, that's it. Like, you seem to be like, okay, she cheated, okay. And then she was definitely toxic. If she was toxic, run, brother. Okay, how can you cheat and not be toxic? Is it a way? Can someone be cheating on you and not be toxic? Because I mean, they can bring diseases to you. But I know a lot of people, they, when it's cheating, they decide to work on their marriages. When it's cheating, 70 to 60 to 75% of the people will, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if my relationship can survive infidelity. I don't think it will. I don't think it can. Um, yeah, I would say I'm going to try to work on the relationship. Maybe because I'm in shock that it happened, but I don't really think I'll be really trying to make things happen. Like, don't go live your life, go live your life, brother. My advice: get a passport. No, I don't understand having a girlfriend and cheating. Yeah, I'm looking to travel to Africa. Men and women these days have lost what a relationship is. People have lost touch with God's views of marriage, right? Right? Right. I'll say that again. People have lost touch on what's God's view of marriage and what it really is and means. God's view of marriage is actually very, very strict. According to the Christian Bible, you need, man should marry one wife and they should never divorce, okay? That's the Christian view of marriage. Um, Divorce is allowed when there is infidelity. But that's what the Bible says. The Bible means well. The Bible wants us to live in love and respecting each other. The Bible also tells a man to honor and love his wife, and a woman to respect their husband. The Bible has like all these like rules that on paper they are good, right? If they're practiced, they might actually work. But I will divorce somebody for screaming at me, like screaming and shouting and using a harsh tone. For me is enough. It's worse than infidelity, okay? I might even forgive infidelity, but a man who screams and shouts and bangs things like violence, like even harsh tone of the voice, that I'm not forgiving. That I'm not forgiving at all, right? Uh, Eddie, I don't want you to marry me. You said you have a lot of bad habits. I'm not gonna do that. I can come from healing my own bad habits only to pick up somebody who is proud of having their own bad habits. Eddie, I still remember what you said. I am very, very remembering of things that people say. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you. um, And then cheating is the daughter of lie, right? The lie is the reason to first crime, which is killing. No, that was jealousy. Jealousy was the reason for murder, okay? It wasn't a lie. It was jealousy. Abel was jealous, or whatever. Okay, if we are going according to the Bible, it's absolute zero premarital sex. One woman, one man. Yeah, that's what's happened. That's exactly that is what the Bible says. Don't have sex before marriage, okay? And don't rape anybody before marriage, right? Because a lot of men they do that. Um, no sex before marriage with anybody. You get married, you have one wife. In that relationship, don't have sex with anybody else, and don't divorce, okay? In that relationship, you're commanded to honor and love your wife, and the woman is commanded to respect her husband. So that's how it should work. Pretty simple on paper, okay? um yeah, no, yeah, Bible says no sex ever when you're not married. It's like cheating, okay? When it's like cheating on your on your wife or husband even before you ever met them. Okay. It's like stealing something that doesn't belong to you. Personally, where I am in life, there are things to me are red flags, especially violence, manipulation. Like currently, there are better ways to solve issues. Yeah, for me, violence is a red flag. Somebody shouting at me, red flag. Just because, when I'm by myself and I'm living my own peaceful, quiet life by myself, nobody is shouting at me and I am happy. Why would I take myself from a place where I am happy being by myself, so peaceful, nobody is screaming and shouting at me, to go into a relationship where somebody is shouting and screaming at me? I'd rather just be by myself, okay? Like, I cannot, okay? And that is why I feel a lot of men, they're not ready for a woman that's actually peaceful, because she will not tolerate toxic energy. And that's why, if you haven't healed, I am not going to come there to try to heal you. You go heal yourself. And when you have changed your energy, you have done alchemy on your own energy and turned the bitter things into good things, maybe now we can have a dialogue. In the Bible, they had multiple wives. That's the Old Testament. Yeah, yeah. The gospel according to God, to Jesus, all that nonsense was taken away. Yeah, yeah. The Bible is very strict, like the New Testament, very strict. Is only one man, one wife. There is no cohabitation. A lot of people, especially I've heard women in Kenya confuse living with a boyfriend to be marriage. It's not. Women, yeah. Yeah, even men, this is like Bruce Dent. Even men, you should stop having sex with women who you're not married to. That's just the way it is. Everybody here is an adult. Everyone here should stop having sex. That's about it, but um, if but you're not going to tell human beings what to do and what not to do, okay? Okay, they're not gonna hear you. So don't come here blaming women, okay? If you're having sex outside there and you're expecting to have the thing is, men don't save themselves for the woman. And the women have realized it's not worth saving yourself for a man, because he's not saving himself for you. It's not worth it. The market is bad, okay? Nobody is saving themselves for marriage. In fact, for most men, even if they get married, they will still go out there and look for sex outside their marriage. There is no honoring their woman in any way in that marriage. So, yeah. So, like, can you look forward to getting married if that's the situation you're going to get into, even as a woman? You know, like, women take hypocrisy out of the relationship. If you're going to be having sex out of marriage and you will not honor the marriage, women pretty much understand that and they equalize the game. Okay? It's just fair. It's just fair. Um, Marriage is a covenant between you and your husband or you and your wife. It is blessed by God, right? Ibrahim Ahmed, I'm doing good. I'm doing good today. Today we found ourselves talking again about love and marriages. Um, if you're a man and you're not saving yourself for your wife, don't go out there expecting a good woman, okay? They will not appear out of nowhere, right? Um, well, and the thing is, right? If you're not happy in your relationship, it is. I understand when people don't wanna like love their partners anymore. Okay, if you're not a good, like, let's say, even if you're married to somebody, there are still things that make sense to do. Take a shower, okay, brush your teeth, take care of your body so that they can somewhat be attracted to you, okay? For men, it's important that you be nice to your woman, not just when you want to have sex with her, okay? You're not playful, you're not, you don't make her happy, you don't make her laugh, and then you expect that she's just going to want to make love to you. Like, you don't even like this person, you think they owe you anything. They don't, right? If they don't like you, the person you are, or they grow to not liking you, they're not going to have sex with you, because something intimate like that is something intimate. Like, somebody has to like you every day. Like, they have to like you, not out of duty, obligation. I would never have sex with anybody, even if my boyfriend, my husband, out of obligation. I'm only doing it if I like you. The day I stop liking you, it's over, right? So, and it's just that I'm not going to force my body to be in this act that I don't want to be in. I'm just not gonna do that, okay? I'd rather just be by myself then. Go find somebody else. I'm okay with that. uh, so somebody has to learn to be in my good graces all the time. They have to buy me flowers, they have to buy me cards, they have to make themselves, they have to keep up the game of making me feel good. That's why you married me, to make me happy. And the Bible tells you to love and honor your wife, right? So if you're not able to do that, okay, I'm not obligated to do anything to you, right? um yeah, a lot of people get married and they become complacent, they become boring, they take advantage of their partner. That person they decided to marry you, they did not decide to be bored for the rest of their life. call it liberal talk women, okay? You call it whatever you want, right? If I am happy by myself and you want to come into my life, why do I want you in my life if you're not going to add to my happiness out of obligation? Fuck that, right? You're coming to my life to add value to it. Otherwise, I don't want you in my life. It's that simple. I'm not going to compromise my mental health and my happiness for somebody else, right? For anybody, whether it's a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a father, a mother, a husband. I'm just not gonna compromise some of these things at all, right? Um, I cannot, a lot of men are accused of raping their women, their wives, right? Because you come home and you're like, you expect that, oh, because I married this person, they must have sex with me. They don't have to have sex with, it's their body. Their body is the temple of God, right? They're not obligated to do anything for you, right? So if you don't love this person, you don't care about them, like, you cannot come, you cannot, you don't water a garden. A woman is like a garden. If you don't want to water your garden, there'll be nothing for you in that garden, right? There'll be nothing for you. Richard in the house. Exactly, right? Abed gets it. Real love must be shared in positive situations. It's not an obligation, right? It has to flow freely from the heart. And the reason why the Bible tells you you must love your woman is because you want her to love you fully and freely from her heart, okay? But a lot of men, they will forget small things that women tell them to remember that show her that you care. They'll forget the anniversary, the wedding anniversary. They're going to forget. A lot of men don't even know the birthdays of their children. That woman gave birth to those children and you don't even remember the day they were born, and that is your wife. You don't even know the pediatrician of those children. You don't know where they go to hospital. Tell me something that tells a woman that you don't love her than you not caring for her children. Like not knowing the pediatrician, not knowing where they go to school, not knowing how old your children are, not knowing when their birthdays are, not remembering the anniversary of your wedding, not remembering her birthday. Like, oh my goodness, how many levels do you men have to stoop to show you are women that you don't love them? The Bible clearly tells you to love your woman, right? And you don't hug your women, when they're not emotionally feeling well. You don't hug them. You don't comfort them. You don't do anything like that, right? And you're not helping her with emotional regulation as her partner, and then you want in the evening to have sex with her. Like, what kind of a husband is that? That is not husbanding anybody. That is not husbanding anybody. And then some of you are shocked when you see divorce papers. You're shocked. You're like, it came out of nowhere. Really? Came out of nowhere? I guess. It came out of nowhere, the nowhere that you didn't remember the birthdays, the anniversaries. You took that relationship for granted because you thought like, oh, this woman is supposed to be with me for life. I just need to be a douchebag for life. I'm done trying. Respectable kisses coming from Northeast Ohio. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, all these things, like, they matter, right? All these things matter in life. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. If you want love, you must be willing to be the person. Like, all those, somebody said, like, if you want to have love, right, you must write all the qualities you want about love, and then you must be that person. Because a lot of times we are thinking about, I want this, I want. What about you? What are you going to give? Because love is not about just taking, right? It's also about giving. So what are you willing to give to show this partner that there is a reason I am in your life. There is a reason I want, like, for me, the reason I'm still single is because every time I go, let's say I decide I'm going to go out on a date, I go on one date, second date, third date. On the third date is when I make, okay, the first date I can make a decision on the first date. Like I'm not going to go out on a date with you on a second date, right? If I go on a second date with you, most likely the chances are I'll give you a date for a third date. But on the third date, if I don't hear things that I need to hear on the third date, I'm usually going to block you, and I'm not gonna talk to you again, and I don't wanna ever see you. You know, if I don't hear things that I wanna hear, mature things that I wanna hear from a man. Do you wanna have children? Do you wanna get married? Do you have a home? Do you wanna buy one? Do you have a job? Do you wanna start a business? Like, if I don't hear these mature things, like this mature conversation on the third date, I don't wanna hear from you again. Like, I don't have time. I don't have brain cells to entertain a guy for another fourth date. And, like, I just don't, I don't want to go there to just eat food and talk about the weather. Like, I just don't have time for that. Kenny, hey Kenny, where you from? People get comfortable in relationships and forget small things that brought them together. 100%. 1,000%. Like, there is nothing that kills a relationship quickly than people getting comfortable. Oh, you used to take your wife out for dinner. You never do that anymore. Oh, you used to plan weekend things to do, weekend home trips, like weekend trips to do. Now you just want to watch TV and stay on the couch, and she's looking at you and being like, he just wants to sit there on the couch. He never wants to do anything anymore. She's very grossed out and disgusted about how it has turned out, like, you live, that spontaneity of life just goes away, right? Like, you criticize, like criticizing somebody, a lot of women, right, they will gain weight because they gave birth to children. You've never gained weight because you've never gave birth to children, right? You should never be talking down on somebody who has gained weight because they gave birth to 3-4 kids for you, right? You can encourage them by going to the gym with them, by spending time with them when they are working out, by buying them sexy, nice things, that makes them feel like, they're still sexy, they're loving their body. Because if they continue loving their body, they'll take good care of their body even more, right? But suddenly you give birth to some people, and now they start body shaming you, things like, if you body shame me, I'm leaving you, okay, I'm gone. I can't live with somebody body shaming me. Like, oh my God, right? And people do those things in their relationships. They, I don't even know how you get comfortable body shaming your partner. I just don't get it, right? Like, it's unbelievable. I would never. I would never be with somebody body shaming me. You know, one time I looked this amazing, right? But when you have kids, your bones get thicker. You know, you get stretch marks. Like, you get stretch marks here. Your body never goes back to the way it was. You know, and those are the things like you should be mature about. Like, yeah, your wife is 60 and you're 65. Your wife is 60. That's the deal that you get, right? The Bible says, be happy with the wife you get, you know, with the woman of your youth until she's old, right? Only from her breast are you going to suck. That's it. Even when she's 90, that's your woman. I have an early morning ahead of me, sweet, amazing, awesome, wonderful. Night, night. Night, night. Night, night, Richard. Right? My name is Monica. Watch my videos on YouTube. You will see my name. I always say my name like a billion times on my videos. Okay, we're going to say the blessing. I also have I have a early morning tomorrow because of work. DC tapping in. This is Kenny Mac 8391. Double tap to like Kenny Mac. Double tap. Give me some love. Nice to see you. Okay, may you be happy and live with a joyful heart. Always say those things to yourself. May I be happy and live with a joyful heart. You know, I will remember to say these things. May you be happy and live with a joyful heart. May you be strong and healthy and live with a body that gives you energy. And may you be safe and protected from all sorts of inner and outer harm. And may you live with the ease that comes with well-being. I love you. God loves you. God bless you so much. And I hope to see you tomorrow. We are doing this. We've been doing this. Hello, Agil. Agil. Hi, Emily. Right. Yeah, we are about to go, Emily and Agil, but I like to see you guys tapping in to in California, right here in California. Nice to see you. Bye, Abed. You have work and so do I. So love you guys. G-Man, love you. I'm doing well and goodbye. Jonathan, you came in late, but we love you. We'll see you next time. Thanks for double tapping. Thanks for liking. And see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Love you, love you. I'm out.